Salutation everyone! In this video, we're going to talk about something really important. How rubbish and landfills affect climate change here in KGV. Now, I know what you might be thinking. What is the climate change? Well, to answer that question, climate change is when the earth becomes hot because of people. It can cause sea level rise, weather worse, and even livestock. At first, a landfill may look just like a place where trash is thrown away, but actually, it is one of the main causes of global warming. So today, we will show you how landfill causes problems, the effects it has on our land, and most importantly, what we can do about it. When we throw away plastics, food scraps, bottles, and old things, most of it ends up in a landfill. But landfills don't just sit there. The rubbish breaks down and releases gases. One of them is called methane, and methane is very powerful. It traps heat in the air even more than carbon dioxide. Here in KGV, we don't have much land, so waste piles up fast. A lot of the time, rubbish is dumped in the open. Sometimes, people burn it to make space, but burning rubbish gives out smoke and more greenhouse gases, which makes climate change worse. So every time waste rots or burns, more greenhouse gases are released into the atmosphere, and this traps heat, making the earth hotter, resulting in a global warming effect.
Only you.
These are some of the effects that are already showing in KGV. Firstly is rising sea levels. When the earth gets hotter, the ocean rises. And for small islands like ours, this is a big problem. Homes are getting flooded, land is wasting away, and even our crops and fresh water supplies are being contaminated by salt water. Secondly is landfill near the sea leaks plastics and chemicals into the water. Fish eat these plastics and later we eat the fish. That's bad for both the ocean and for us.
Girl, you look delicious.
Psych! Oh my god! What is that?
Thirdly and lastly, the burning of rubbish gives off smoke that's not healthy. People get coughs, asthma, and other breathing difficulties. And methane gas from landfills can even cause fires and explosions. So landfills don't just pollute, they hurt our land, our health, and our future.
You the hottest bitch in this place. I feel so lucky. You wanna hug me?
But here's a clever idea. Some of the gases released from landfills, especially methane, can actually be captured and used for good purposes, instead of just letting them escape into the air. In places like China, for example, some landfill sites capture methane gas and use it to generate electricity, powering thousands of homes. Similarly, in all Canada Quebec region, landfills have gas-to-energy projects that feeds the electricity into the grid. Even in the United States, some landfill gas is processed and converted into renewable natural gas or compressed natural gas to fuel vehicles, including buses and trucks. There's also a project in South Korea where landfill gas is used to provide electricity or thermal energy for industrial uses and reduce methane emissions. Using this method has two big advantages. One, it captures methane, which is a very strong greenhouse gas, preventing it from escaping and contributing less to climate change. It creates useful energy, which can power communities, homes, or vehicles, and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. In Kiribati, while building such a system would require technical investment and planning, it's a potential long-term solution. If we improve waste collection and install gas capture infrastructure, we could turn a pollution problem into an energy opportunity, just like some of these other countries have done.
To wrap it up, landfills may look just like a pile of rubbish, but they're the main causes of climate change. In Kiribati, every bit of waste matters. Landfills release gases, they pollute our air and sea, and they affect our health.
But if we change how we live, using less plastic, managing our rubbish better, and protecting our island, we can make a difference.
This is not about trash. It is about our future, our highlands, and our survival. Let's do all our part to keep Kiribati safe and clean.
Yes, managing our island clean is hard, but we must set an example to the children who will grow up to be an adult like us. This is a responsibility that requires the help of many hands with the idea of one goal to achieve in a landfill. We cannot keep this up, or soon our landfills will be the worst case for our children and the future. You all made it this far, so you know how serious the situation of landfill is. End the daziness and the laziness, and start making ways to prevent sending that green bag to the landfill and make a better future.